Today, we have CHITA and ECKART, and they're going to be talking about our classes. I mentioned earlier what we do. We have these weekly meetings on Wednesday, as everyone knows, but also starting January, we have more in-depth classes. These are 2-hour classes with a little bit of a break in there, but 2-hour classes, and they're on a specific subject. And these are a great way to learn, get a little more in-depth of on a specific topic or whatever. So what are those topics? That's what we're going to hear about today from CHITA and ECKART. So, CHITA and ECKART, I'm going to turn it over to you, turn my spotlight off, and you guys are now on stage.
Well, then, I really would like to welcome our audience here today. Let me just look at the gallery, okay. I feel that our organization has come a long way in the past 3 or 4 years. We were a local organization in Naples and very successful. We had a wonderful group of people. And then all things changed. And I think somehow for Naples MUG, our organization, things changed for the better. We had done something that no of our other MUGs have done in this country. We used Zoom prior to the pandemic. And we did that because we felt our meetings were interesting, and we have a lot of snowbirds, and some of our snowbirds could not attend all meetings. So if we would use Zoom, we would have a facility to record meetings and make them available to our entire membership. So when the pandemic hit us and our forum in Naples, our central library was closed, was no longer available, we immediately moved to a virtual platform using Zoom, and seamlessly. In other words, we did not miss a beat, we did not miss a meeting, and we carried on. And also we discovered that using Zoom, the quality for the viewers was improved, because we no longer had to stare on a monitor maybe 20, 30, 40 feet away from us or farther away. Now we had the privilege of watching, participating in meetings directly in our homes, looking at our own devices. Some of them were probably not as good as a big monitor if you just use an iPhone, but some of us have outstanding monitors with high quality. So I think our organization has really improved since the pandemic hit us accidentally. But we are now an organization that has become the envy of many similar organizations in this country, mainly because we have these outstanding weekly meetings. We have a very unique class program. We have excellent presenters and instructors. We are supported by hosts and moderators. And most importantly, we have a very attentive and interactive audience. I think that really makes it. This coming year, from January through March, we will present probably the best class program in our history. I say best because technology has improved, but so have our instructors and our audience that has learned very quickly how to better interact and use the full potential, like the new features of the chat function. CHITA is our technology director, and she's also the director of our class program. She has spent an enormous amount of time to create and prepare for our new class program. She had to decide which would be the most interesting topics for our membership. Then she had to get the very best instructors. No easy task. CHITA has done an absolutely amazing job. She will present our new program in great detail. And at the end, I will show you how to register for our classes and show you the logistics, how to join the meetings. CHITA, it's all yours now.
So what I'd like to do today is present our lineup of class instructors and classes. And our motto for everything that we do right now is for us to enjoy ourselves and have fun. And I appreciate the fact that some of you have noticed that. And thank you very much for all of your appreciative remarks. And we're going to continue that theme with our class program. So with that, I'm going to tell you about our online classes. Our goal is to keep our members educated. There is an awful lot of information going on right now and always, but we want to make sure that our members are aware and educated on what those topics are. So we're going to hold classes from January 7th until March 25th on Saturdays. The time is 10 a.m. to 12:30 p.m.
CHITA?
Eastern. Yes. Yes.
Is it possible you could turn the music down or off?
Yes, I can. Hold on. Sorry.
Thank you. Oh,
Let me do that.
thank you.
Okay. All right. Better? Can you hear me?
Better.
Better. Okay. Thank you. Let me turn my volume up too.
It's actually off.
I know I turned it off.
Oh, better.
Thank you, Frank. Okay. So, all right. So just in case you missed anything, our intention is to keep our members educated on the latest technology, software that's going on in our mobile lives and our computer lives. So our classes are Saturdays, January 7th through March 25th. Our time is 10 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. There is a break in the center of the class so that we can get up, stretch, move around so that you aren't sitting all the time. We have a dedicated Q&A at the end of each class. And that's not to say that you still can ask questions during the class, but we have a specifically dedicated Q&A at the end. We have a total of 12 classes that are going to be presented to you. And my understanding, if you purchase 10, you will get 2 classes free. And someone just asked me earlier, a few minutes ago, will class recordings be available? The class will be recorded, and the recordings will be available to class registrants only. We do not put these out in the public like we do with our weekly meetings. So with that, let me tell you about the classes that we're going to have, because I know that you're really excited. We're going to start off with one of our rock stars, Jeff Bohr. And Jeff Bohr is the owner of Naples Help. And Jeff right now is very, very busy because of the recent disaster that happened in Florida. So he's very busy, but he's just a sweetheart of a guy. He is going to walk us through Ventura, which just came out, show us all of the ins and outs that we need to know, give us tips and tricks. And I just highly recommend that you just do not miss this. Jeff will go over everything we need to know about Ventura. Okay. Then we're going to go through this device that's attached to our hip that we use on social gatherings, all kinds of gatherings. And sometimes we get a little antisocial when we're attached to our iPhones. And with that, we have Christian Boyce. And Christian is going to take us through everything that we need to know about the new iPhone models and iOS 16. If there's a question that you have for Christian, Christian can answer it. Christian can find the answer and even search and just off the top of his head. Christian is another great guy. As you can see, he's a former rocket scientist, and he sort of still plays into that. He's really cool. And you've seen Christian with some of our meetings, and he's just a wonderful guy to work with. He knows so much about our iPhones and just the ins and outs. So I'm looking forward to this wonderful class that Christian will take us through. And then after that class, those of you who use your iPad more than anything, you are in for a treat, because then we have David McGuire, who is going to take us through the iPad models and iPadOS 16. Now, Dave has just a real good insight for us because he's a former Apple retail specialist. And Dave has just been instrumental in keeping me up to date on my equipment and knowing what to choose. And if I had any questions about models, about software, Dave has been my go-to person for maybe the last 20, 25 years. So Dave is, I'm looking forward to that. Wonderful guy and very, very informative class coming toward. And then you have something that, hey, maybe I need a little help with, you know? And with that, we're going to have Joe Kissel take us through iCloud and iCloud Drive. Jeff. All right, Joe, sorry. Got a lot going on in my head. Joe Kissel is author of just many, many macro articles. He's the publisher of Take Control books. He's the author of many Take Control books. And also, for, I believe, 3 classes, we will be giving you the Take Control book. So with Take Control of iCloud and iCloud Drive, it is included in the class. You do not have to pay for it. It is included. And Joe will take the mystery out of iCloud and iCloud Drive for us. So this is going to be a wonderful class. If you just don't know how to work with iCloud or what some of the great features are, Joe is going to help us with that. Then continuing with all of the fun that we're going to have, because remember, we're going to have fun while we're learning. And with that, we're going to have Jeff back. And Jeff is going to take us through what I call the Swiss Army knife of Apple. And that is the Preview app. And with the Preview app, you can do things such as open and edit PDFs, sign PDFs, combine them, password protect a PDF, convert images to different types. So with that, Jeff is going to walk you through how he uses Preview and how you can use Preview when you don't have a dedicated PDF app like Acrobat. So I'm looking forward to this class, and I hope that you are as well. After that, we're going to get strong. We're going to have fun, get strong, and I am going to take you through Apple Watch and iPhone and how this combo helps keep you strong and fit and healthier and keep the fun going. Apple has really put the Apple Watch and the iPhone apps, health and accessibility features at the core of its offerings. Being healthy is, your health is everything. Without your health, everything else takes a second place. So I will walk you through the Apple Watch features and how the iPhone interacts with them, and some of the health and safety features surrounding iPhone and Apple Watch, heart, sleep, activities. So I'm looking forward to walking you through this. And then after that, okay, so how do we keep that fun going? Well, with that, we're going to have author Glenn Fleshman take us through the new features of Messages and FaceTime. Glenn is also an author of the Take Control Messages and FaceTime book. And Glenn has also been a contestant on Jeopardy, which is really cool. So Glenn is going to take us through the new features. You also have a Take Control of FaceTime and Messages ebook that's going to come with this class. And we look forward to showing you the new features and updated features of Messages and FaceTime. Following that class, and we know you're excited, is we're going to have Joe back. Joe will take us through real-world options and strategies for backing up. Apple has really changed how we back up, if we can back up, and what to do. It has completely shaken and changed how we do this on our computers and our phones. So Joe will take us through backup strategy, and we hope you have a backup. You always have a backup, please. Joe will take us through the strategies, the recent macOS changes, and what are the best practices for you and options that you have now in backing up your data and your computer. Your take control of backing up your Mac ebook is included with this class as well. Then, what about more fun? I had a great summer. I did a lot of different things, and I took thousands of pictures and hundreds of videos to the point where I actually had to update my iCloud capacity. So with that, what did I do with all those pictures? Well, we're going to have Jeff Carlson show you what you can do. Your personal photos have become so important. And when Apple started this, I was like, why is there such a, why are they so involved in photos? Now I get it. I totally get it. Thousands of photos, thousands of videos. We keep them all because they're memories. They connect us to our families. They connect us to activities that we've done that we want to remember. So with that, author Jeff Carlson, and Jeff Carlson has also written Take Control books, but there's not one for this particular class. But Jeff is the author of Adobe Classroom in a Book books, Visual Quick Start books, and Jeff will take us through photos. Jeff has been he's a professional photographer, and he's worked on photos since it was iPhotos. And I know sometimes we miss iPhotos, but Jeff will take us through the new features and the updates. And some of the updates are really, really fascinating, and it will help you with your existing images as well. And after Jeff, we're going to take a look at something that's very near, dear, and serious to us right now, security. And with that, we have one of our very own personal residents of Naples, Dennis DiGiacomo. Dennis is a security expert extraordinaire, and he will take you through, I want to say, common sense practices that help you keep yourself and your privacy and your data safe. Dennis is an Apple authorized affiliate. He's an Apple professional. And like I said, he's a security expert extraordinaire. The information that he's going to give us is just going to be amazing. So please make sure you sign up for this class. And after we have Dennis, we're going to go back outside or inside or wherever, where all of our pictures are. And we're going to have our very own Mike Kowalniak, and he's going to help us with those images that we've taken. As you know, Mike is a professional photographer, and Mike has been bestowed the honor of a fellow of the Royal Photographic Society. And, kudos to you, Mike, for that. Mike does amazing work. And Mike is going to walk us through what we can do with the images that we've taken. He's going to give us his professional knowledge. And please sign up for this class if you want to take your photography to the next level. And Mike will illustrate the many ways that you can edit and enhance your images. And he's going to use the program Affinity Photo. And hopefully you're going to love this program. But as we've written here, the features that Mike will illustrate can be found in just about any image editing program. So we look forward to more knowledge and upping our skills with Mike. And after that, we have events, family events, that we take many pictures and many videos of. And sometimes we'd like to share those and enhance those just a little bit. And with that, we have our very own Dan. And yes, he's our Dan, but before he was our Dan, he was Dan Wazink of Dan Tutorials. And many of you have seen Dan's tutorials. I've even seen and learned from Dan's tutorials. And Dan is going to take us through iMovie and how to take our images and our videos and combine them, take them to the next level, and share them with our families, or even just learn new stuff. And so I really look forward to this class. And if you have any questions, I think, so with that, I hope you're excited. I hope you're ready. If you love what I've gone through, give me a yay in the chat. Let me know that you're really excited about it. And let me, if you have, ECKART, do you want to go next, or do we want to answer some questions? Thank you, everyone.
Yes, I'd be happy to explain to our membership how to really participate in these classes, how to get onto them.
Okay, so I'm going to end my share so that ECKART can do his thing. I will answer your questions in the chat if I can, while ECKART is going through our next phase. Thank you.
Yes. Here's my screen. Now, what do you do if you decided you want to participate in one or more classes? I would have liked to show you the exactly step-by-step how to do that, because but I have a problem. The very first step to sign up for our classes is go to our website. Now, that I could do. Then we have on the top menu bar, we have a topic, an icon for classes. You would have to click on that, and then on that following page, there's a big icon just says register. And if you click on that register, then you get to this on December 1st or after December 1st, then you will be taken to almost this particular page. The reason why I can do that, last year we had a similar presentation like we have today, and we explained how to sign up for classes. And some people were so enamored, they wanted to sign up right away. They went to our website, signed up, although the program really wasn't ready yet. And so they signed up for classes, and it ended up, for me as the administrator, with a small disaster. So we decided this year we want to wait until we open the registration, until December 1st, so that everything is in place, because the process to register is mostly automatic. And it requires a lot of preparation, and we haven't done that yet, because January is still more than 2 months away. So during the month of November, we will prepare everything. But as of December 1st, when you go to the website, click on classes, click on register, and click on registration, then you will be asked, what is your name? And you will enter your name. And then if there's more than one member with the same name, then you will have several templates with these different people, and you will have to click on the template which represents your personal name. Okay, and when you do that, and I hope I'm still clear in explaining that, after you've done that, you will actually reach this particular page. And what do you do here? You enter your name and you enter your email address. And please make sure that you don't spell your email address, because if you misspell it, the system will then try to send the confirmation, and also the system will try to send you the invoice to the misspelled email, and you will never receive it. So make sure that your email address is correct. You may misspell your name. If the email address is correct, you will receive it. That's the first thing. Also, if you really are going to pay for it, click there, click if attendee is payer. And then you enter as many classes as you would like to register for. And even if you register for all 12, the system is smart enough to show the 12 classes registered, but it will show also the discount for 2 classes. So the total charge, it would only be $200. That is the charge for 10 classes, because each class, the cost, and I don't think we've mentioned it yet, will be $20. So what you do, you enter your name, enter your correct email address, and then click on all the classes you want to join. And then if you want someone else to pay for that, maybe your husband's email address or your wife's email address or somebody else, a friend, if you want to make a gift to some other member, you can actually then enter that information so that the invoice would go to that particular email address. But that's a rare exception. Most of the time, I think the attendee is also the payer, so you click on this one. Okay. If you then click here to pay, the system, which is our FileMaker Pro system, will send you an invoice according to the number of classes you have signed up for. We use PayPal, and some of our members do not like to work with PayPal, and they immediately get concerned when they receive a PayPal invoice. But relax, because it says PayPal, but the system has been designed in such a way that you don't have to have a PayPal account to pay for the invoice. You can use any credit card. So just scroll down the invoice and you will find the template that will, you click on it, it will allow you not to pay with your PayPal account, in particular if you don't have any, but with a credit card. Okay. Once you've done that, the system, our FileMaker Pro system, will be informed by PayPal that payment was received. You will then receive immediately thereafter a confirmation letter. And that confirmation letter will spell out your name, the classes you have signed up for, and the date of these classes. And that's very important information for you to keep and perhaps even go enter it in your calendar. We will then wait until about a week before each class that you have signed up for, and a week before each class you've signed up for, we will send you a reminder. The reminder will tell you you have signed up for this particular class. It will also tell you the unique Zoom ID that we have for this particular class and the passcode. That's very important information to have. This confirmation letter will not confirm the other classes you have signed up for. It will only confirm the particular class that is a week ahead. And then about 2 or 3 days before the actual class, you will get another message from us. This message will again tell you that you've signed up. It will also contain the class notes. As CHITA has mentioned, we have very comprehensive class notes, and in some cases, we actually have books, like take control books, that would replace class notes. And those you will receive about 2 or 3 days before each class. And then it's up to you on that particular Saturday to not forget your class, sign up for it. And as we need to remind some of our members, please sign up with your proper name so that you can verify it is really you. I think the question was asked, are there video recordings available? Yes, the answer was given affirmative. Yes, it is. We will video record each individual class or classes, and we will post them to YouTube. But only, we will send the link for each class after the class has been has ended and has been recorded. We will send a link to watch this video record to each class registrant. It'll probably take a day or two before we actually have posted the class, but thereafter you will have the possibility to watch the video recording. We will also send you a copy of the chat file, I think, and also we should send you, if there is a chat file, and also we do use closed captions, and there is an additional closed caption file, and we will also make that available so that you can read the various comments, and actually you can also read what the instructor has told us. In addition to all of that, I should mention the following. It could be that you missed a class or did not even sign up for a class. If you did not sign up, if you missed a class, you can always you will receive the link and you can watch the recording through our website on YouTube. But what if you really missed the class, did not register for it, and now you feel you really should have participated in that particular class? Our system allows retrospective or retroactive registration. So if you feel, and that will be open even after the month of March, probably for the following 3 or 4 months, if you feel like you want to participate and sign up for a class, you can follow the same steps that I explained earlier and sign up for a class, pay for it, and we will then send you immediately after you've registered and paid, we will send you the link to the video recording, a copy of the class notes, a copy of the chat file, and also a copy of the closed caption file. And I tell you, a number of people have done that. Probably between 20 and 30 of our members have used this possibility earlier this year when they missed a class, and they were extremely happy that we were able to provide them with that information. That's about all, I think, what I wanted to tell you. And of course, if you have any questions.
I do have a comment, and I apologize if I didn't. Could you show your screen back, ECKART?
Screen back, sure.
Yeah, turn your screen back on.
Sure.
And I apologize if I had not passed this message along to you. The security class is listed as at 3.4. The photos class is listed at 3.11. We had to switch those two classes because of prior commitments with Dennis DiGiacomo. So, and we will fix this before registration starts. So the security class is actually 3.11, and the photos class is actually 3.4.
And maybe I should add something also, and let me just show you another page here. If you look at this page and you would like to know what is the content of each class, you can just click on it, like I would click on this one on Ventura, and then you would get this additional information, what this class is all about in a brief version.
And you can always go to the website, as Mike Wozniak has put up in the chat. You can always go to the website. We will have the latest information there as well. So there are many locations where you can find out what these classes are about. Now, we do have a class. Lynn Brophy, can you please unmute yourself and ask your question?
Sure. I have a membership till the end of December through my local Macintosh group. And I was wondering, first of all, how do I sign on for the year of 2023? Because I would also like to take some of these classes.
What is your name again?
Lynn Brophy.
Lynn Brophy. Let me just write that down. I can, if you bear with me, I just look you up and I find out what the information is. Hold on just a second.
Okay.
All right. While ECKART is doing that, do we have any other questions about the class? Stan, you have a question?
Well, the same question. He was taking down her name, but I hope to have joined before I get registered, but I'm also temporary until December 1st.
Right. ECKART will definitely look that up and give you the answer that you need.
Yeah. Yes, I just looked it up. You became a member under the promotion, yes. And your membership, you have a full membership until December, and it is up to you to renew the membership. We will send you an invoice in early December, and you have up to the end of the month, or actually up to early January, to decide whether you want to renew your membership. The invoice would be, the amount is $30, and you would then expand your membership for another year through the year 2023. And I tell you this, only members are permitted to sign up for classes. Now, if you sign up for December, for January, February, or March classes, and then your membership terminates on January 1st, then I'm sorry, you will not be allowed under our regulations to attend the class, and we would have to refund you the class fees if you signed up and paid for them. So I really would like you, if you're interested in our class program, I urge you to consider renewing your membership. Pay the $30 and stay with us another year. You will receive an invoice in early December, and then it's up to you whether you pay or not. And it's totally free for you you have that option. If you do sign, everything is fine. If you do pay, if everything is fine. If you do not pay, your membership will end. And unfortunately, we cannot allow you to participate in our classes.
Can I opt in now before December?
Our system is semi-automatic, and it is unfortunately very difficult to do that. But what you can do, if you send a check of $30, we cannot do it by credit card if you want to renew very early before having an invoice. But if you send a $30 check to our treasurer, Don Peacock, and you find our address on the website, and Don Peacock is our treasurer, and you send it to that address, to our official address, then he will inform me, and then I will renew your membership early on. I can do that.
Okay. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Lynn. We do have a question. Frank, ask your question first, then we'll get right next to you. Get you next, Betsy.
Okay. ECKART, I'm not sure about my renewals and stuff, so I don't know where I am with my membership. And I'm wondering, do I need to re-up soon? Does it automatically re-up? Because everything I join, I always click automatic.
Yeah. Well, Frank, you will, our system is very reliable. Whenever there's a time 1 month before the renewal date, you should receive a message from us with a request to renew.
Oh, okay. So I don't know what month that would be, but
I can tell you later on, but I don't want to go back into that system right now. It would take too much of my time, but I write that down, Frank, and I let you know.
Okay, wonderful. All right, Betsy, can you please unmute yourself and ask your question? Betsy? Betsy's question is, she doesn't have a mic connected. Sorry, I didn't. It's not turned on. Betsy's question is, how long do the classes remain accessible on the website?
I believe there's really no time limit. So I would say at least a year.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Maybe longer.
Right.
But the thing is, I think as interesting and as excellent as our classes are, a year from now, they may be less interesting and less excellent. They'd still be excellent, but less interesting because our technology moves forward with such a fast speed.
Okay. So let me clarify what ECKART just said. Okay. So what happens is that at some point, the class information is going to be overwritten by new technology and new information. So we don't want to leave the classes up, for an infinite amount of time, because we will be doing new courses and new information. So ECKART said a year. It might be less. And then when I say less, I mean 9 or 10 months instead of a year, because we want to make sure that and see the new offering, and to try to send you back to old videos may not be helpful. So I just wanted to clarify that we update our information so regularly that we want you to have the latest and greatest and the new information. So that's why, some older classes we may not promote. If the older class is still valid, we would promote it and, allow you to purchase access to it. But we want to make sure that you have the latest and greatest information. All right. So thank you, ECKART. All right. Jane Wood, can you please unmute yourself and ask your question?
Yes, thank you for this comprehensive description of these classes. Now, my NMUG emails go into a rules-based mailbox, and I'm wondering if there's going to be a unique name in the subject that I'll be able to search on to find these emails as separate from the IO emails and some of the others.
I will make sure that happens.
Will
you?
Yes,
God. Because I'm like you. When when the emails specifically related to classes come out, I want them going into a certain email inbox so that I know I have it. So I will make sure that there is a unique and formatted way that these emails go out to you.
That's fantastic. Thank you so much.
You are quite welcome. Ghazi, you have a question. Please unmute yourself.
Yes, thank you. My question is I remember something being mentioned in the last few months about family registration or husband and wife registration or special deals. I mean, it's not that I want it, but I thought maybe there is something that maybe ECKART would like to comment on it.
It's a good question. We do have a family membership deal, and instead of $30, the couple would pay $41 a year, but we do not have that for our class program. And it is up to you. I mean, if you sign up for a class and your monitor is large enough, I think two people can watch it simultaneously without having to sign up for it individually. And I tell you, I think we all are smart enough to realize this possibility. And last year, I was surprised that a great number of our family members signed up separately for classes, probably because they wanted to use their own computer and not share a computer with someone else. In any event, there is no family deal for our classes, Ghazi.
Thank you very much. I just wanted to bring it up for having it explained anyhow. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Right. And I hope you do see that this is the best deal in town.
I agree.
Yeah, and we greatly appreciate your support, and we greatly appreciate your honesty in the past of when there were multiple members that each person did pay separately. It helps support what we do with the classes because we pay our instructors, and that's why we are able to get the industry professionals that we do have, and they work hard, but they also get paid. So to run this organization and to do this, we need the funds to do it, and we thank you repeatedly for your continued support.
Thank you. Agreed.
All right. Any more questions? Anyone?
CHITA, possibly important question from Johan. Maybe covered in the introduction before I joined the meeting. Are classes beginner, intermediate, or advanced level?
They begin at beginner, and through the process of the class, it goes from we basically take you basic steps on how to do something to advanced features. Now that depends, that depends on the class also, but we walk you through everything you need to know. So I think anyone at any level, whether you are beginner, intermediate, or advanced, will learn something in these classes. I guarantee it. So hopefully that helps you, answers your question. I don't see your question, so could you speak to me?
May I just add something to CHITA's answer?
There it is.
I think, we are not really teaching the very beginners. I think you have to have a certain amount of understanding and knowledge and experience working with Apple devices. But the class, I think, address let's say, the average people. And but our instructors have the talent and experience and knowledge to answer questions that are on an advanced level. And I think that's why we do have questions, while it is a class. So we offer that opportunity. That so in fact, some very specific questions can be asked. In fact, it is also possible, although we really don't do that generally. You can ask some very specific questions, perhaps in advance, send it to CHITA, and maybe she can then talk to our presenters to cover that subject if it is of general interest.
Okay, then let me add to what ECKART just said. That is not an opportunity to try to get troubleshooting questions answered.
No.
What we are covering will be information that is valid for everyone. All right. Mark Blackman, can you please unmute yourself and ask your question?
Yeah, what I was just wondering was if somehow you didn't get the confirmation and the week before you don't get that, who would you contact? Is that just the president, or how would you contact someone if you didn't see that information come across on your email? The reason I asked that is I screwed up putting my email in one time and had troubles with my membership, but you did get it straightened out, but it took a while. So is there someone to contact?
Well, I have several functions in this organization. I started as an ordinary member, then I was recruited as registrar, first as assistant registrar, then I became registrar, then vice president, and I kept the role as registrar. And now I moved to the top, to the presidency, and I still maintain my job as registrar. And I have a different email address there. My email address is registrar@naplesmug.com. And so any questions that you may have regarding your class registration, you can send to me, and I will respond. And if you have a different email address, let me know.
All right. Alan Weinstein, you have a question. Please unmute yourself and ask your question.
Hey, can you hear me?
Barely.
All right, let me move closer to my microphone. This is not a good microphone, but let me yell. It seems to me that a lot of the topics you're going to cover in classes are also topics or very similar topics to what we cover at weekly meetings. So now weekly meetings, of course, only take place for an hour, whereas the class is 2 hours. But I am a little confused. Will any of these topics that you mention in the meetings be also, in the courses, be also addressed in less detail, but also addressed in normal weekly meetings? And if so, what is the difference?
Jesus, Alan, really? The answer to that is that our classes go more in depth on these topics. There's only so much that you can cover on a weekly meeting in an hour. And the reason we have the classes is to go in depth and give you information that we just can't cover during the meetings. And of course, I can't tell you the differences, Alan. That's just too much to do at this point.
It's the difference between an overview and a deep dive.
Absolutely. Thank you, Frank. Okay. So hopefully that cleared up your confusion, Alan. But you've taken our classes before. You know how wonderful they are.
Yep, I have.
Do you hear me now?
Yes, we do.
Yes, I'm Johan from Sweden, and very much appreciate your efforts. If I would like to attend a few classes and later think this is really good, I want to have some more. Is it possible to do this?
Yes, you can sign up let's say on December 1st for one class, 2 weeks later for another one, and in January for more. And I'll tell you this, the system is smart enough, intelligent enough to recognize once you reach the level of 10. And it will then also, if you go beyond 10, if you have eventually sign up for 11 classes, but not at once, in individual steps, it will recognize that and will give you the 11th class for free and the 12th also. So this is my answer to you. You can sign up anytime, each time for one class and in a different time for different class or a group of classes.
Okay, great. Thanks.
You're welcome.
You're quite welcome, and thank you.
Yeah, sure. And actually, this applies to any question about NMUG, because if you contact us via the Contact Us form on the NMUG website, that email will come to me, and I can then pass it on to ECKART or CHITA or whoever needs to respond. And we've been doing that. Well, we've been doing that since we launched the site, and it seems to work very well. And it means you don't have to remember an email address.
Wonderful.
I hope that's helpful.
Very helpful. Thank you so much.
Thank you, CHITA and ECKART, for letting us know what what our upcoming classes are. Sounds like we got a great lineup there, and thank you. If everyone could thank them and unmute yourself, let them know.
Very good. Very well done.
Thank you. Great break.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Great
Thank you, everyone.
presentation.
Bye. Great presentation.
Very helpful. Yes.
All right.
you.
Next week, we have Christian back with us, and he's going to be talking about keyboard shortcuts and our quest to become more productive. This is going to be on the Mac, but if you learn your keyboard shortcuts, and I'm a huge keyboard shortcut fan, it can really improve your productivity on the Mac. So he's going to be talking about different ways that you can do that, including some of the software that was mentioned in this meeting, with when we were talking about emojis and things like that, how you can do that. He's going to talk about how you can do that with keyboard shortcuts. So look forward to that next week. And outside of that, thank you, everyone, for your support, and we'll see you next week.